Free and clear real estate. What does that really mean for you and your family? In this video, I'm going to show you how that term free and clear real estate applies to you and your family. See, most people only dream of someday paying off their mortgage and not having any mortgage payment and owning the property free and clear. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can own a property free and clear of all liens and encumbrances literally within the next 6 months. So buckle up, hang on, and we're going to get right to it. Now, the very important thing, okay, is subscribe. I've got so much content. I've got all the different states out there and all that stuff that just keep coming up. Hit that bell, bing, it'll ding, and tell you that I've got something important to tell you. Thumbs up. And also, probably the most important thing to me is the comments, okay? Ask any question you have. I am the one that answer those personally. I got it anytime I want. I sit down there and go, oh, and I'll sit there and we can have a conversation about where you and your family are going. Okay, let's just get down to the very basics. What does free and clear mean? Okay, it doesn't mean you get the property for free. It doesn't mean it doesn't have a house because it's been cleared. It just means you don't have a loan against the property. So it's free of all liens and encumbrances on the property. I guess you could get the technical term. So the term over the years just became free and clear. I own it free and clear. I got a free and clear title to my car. It means I don't have any loan on it. Okay, so how can you do that in the next 6 months? Because I'm paying on my mortgage payment. Oh, he's going to tell me how to double up on. No. I'm not going to do any of that. Okay, when you're diving into the world of tax liens and tax deeds, there are ways that you can get a property free and clear every single time. Because remember, I've said in other videos, there are two sides to this tax lien, tax deed coin. There's a tax lien certificate that bears an interest rate, and somebody can redeem on that. And most of the time, they're going to redeem. Most people are not going to lose a $400,000 property because they failed to pay a couple of years of back taxes. Somebody, somehow, the bank's going to protect themselves. They're going to borrow some money. Very rarely will that happen. So I get that big fat check. That's great. But remember, half of the states out there don't offer tax liens. They'll let the property go 3, 4, and 5 years. Then they will have a deed sale, which means when you go to the sale and you put your hand up and they say sold, you own the property free and clear. In other words, you put the money up there and you own the property. Kind of. What do I mean by kind of? Well, understand that a tax deed foreclosure supersedes everything on the property. So if there was Bank of America, Citicorp, an IRS lien, there could be 10 different liens against this property. Once the county goes into foreclosure, they notify all 10 of these people. If they don't come in to protect their position, and the only way they could protect their position would be to come into the county to pay off the delinquent taxes. That's it. If they don't do that, and it does go to the sale, you put your hand up and they say sold, you now own the property. There is no opportunity for anybody to come in and rescue, pay the taxes. Ain't going to happen. Now, here's a very, very finite understanding of this. If I put my hand up and they say sold, but I don't have to put my money up to the county till the end of business day, and they come in and pay those taxes before I put my money in, I'm going to lose my position. So if you're going to go through all the work of doing this, pay the county as soon as you do that. Have your funds available so that you're not going to. I have had this happen before. I won a sale. This was in Pensacola, Florida. I went down to the bank to get the money. By the time I got back there at 3:30 in the afternoon, they had redeemed on the taxes. So sad, too bad, I was out. So those are some little things on there. But even if you go up and you put your hand up and you win in this situation, you're still not in the clear, free and clear. Anybody that pulls up title on that property are still going to see all these liens and encumbrances. They are no longer valid. The next phase of the foreclosure to get this property free and clear is to have somebody clear title, uncloud, clean it up. It's so powerful with tax liens and tax deeds, especially on the East Coast. So you'll see a county official come up and say, this next property coming up for sale, the family's trying to clear title on this. Please, nobody bid on the property. They'll go through the normal procedures of identifying the property. The family member will put their hand up and they'll say, so they'll move on to the regular auction. What are they doing? All they're trying to do is clear title. Because when I buy a tax deed at a sale, that's the point where I own the property. Now it's up to me to clear all the liens and encumbrances. I couldn't have done that before the sale because the sale is what triggers this side of it. So I want you to look at it like a little mountain. Nobody's paying the taxes. It comes up to the sale. I buy it. Now I got to clear everything off on this side. That doesn't mean they can come in and redeem or anything else like that. Now I go to a professional, a real estate attorney that's good for this. I might have to pay $2,000 or $3,000 to go ahead and notify everybody on there, scrub all that stuff off. That way, when Chicago, First America, any of these title companies, when you go to sell it, pull up the title on this, they go, yep, he owns the property. There is no chance of these people coming up, and it makes it for an easier sale on that. Now, do I have to do this? No. I don't know why you wouldn't. Okay, but there are companies out there that will insure a tax deed property before it gets cleared up. It's kind of looking at it like this. Can you get car insurance if you have 5 speeding tickets? Yeah, but it's going to cost you. So if a title company comes up and they see all these liens on there, they're going to go, well, wait a second. It went to a sale. We know that those aren't valid, but it doesn't look real good. We're going to charge a little more because if something is a problem, we're going to be on the hook. See, the title insurance company is insuring the new buyer and the seller that there's no encumbrances on this property, so it becomes a clean transaction, and somebody from the past doesn't pop up and go, wait a second, I'm owed money on this property. That's what title insurance does. So when they see all these things on here, although they're no longer valid, they're going to go, look, we got 2 choices. Either I charge you a lot for insurance, or why don't you just pay somebody to uncloud the title, clean the title. Whatever the term is in that particular jurisdiction, you need to make this happen. Now, also, something very important. I say over and over again in all my videos that no liens survive a tax lien certificate. And I'm right. Okay. HOAs. Okay. They can still become a pain in the rear. Okay. So an HOA, I've had to deal with them before. If I see HOA liens on this, and I might back up, especially if I'm dealing with fully improved lots. And let me give you an example. There was a property, this is in Texas. We were looking at 97 lots in there, but they had over $3,000 in HOA dues on that, and the properties were only worth $15,000. I can pick them up in back taxes from the county for $1,000. But when you add $3,000, and it started getting out of control. So I talked to the HOA. I said, are you guys willing to just waive the HOA fees? And someone said to me, well, you can just take them, you wipe them out. But then I would have to go to every single one of them through a judicial process and fight the HOA. Would the HOA win? No, they wouldn't. But that would cost money. And they said, no, we want our money. And I tried to explain to them, as soon as I buy them, I will start, but no one's paying them right now. And they still wouldn't do it. So I walked away from the deal. Even though I had a superior lien to that, I didn't want the fight. Okay, the other side of that coin is I had a deal in Atlanta, I do believe it was, that had a water lien on the property. Everybody's, the water people, they'll never go away. And I'm like, they can't go away. I know they can't. And so I talked to a real estate attorney. He's a good friend of mine now, Jim. I said, hey, Jim, what's going on with this? And he said, oh, no, we can get rid of them. They're just a pain. But here's what I do know is they don't meet their deadlines. So in any court case has got deadlines. I had a 1-year redemption anyways. We started going after the $16,000 water lien on that, and they went away. So know what it is that you're dealing with and which sides of those you need. So you need to be aware of other encumbrances on that property. Even though they're notified doesn't mean they're going to go quietly into the night. The 2 I'd want to worry about is any kind of a municipal lien, okay, or an HOA. Everybody else is fair game. Let's talk about IRS. The IRS, anywhere in the United States, gets 120 days. I love IRS liens because everybody else freaks out. Okay, they're like, oh my gosh, there's an IRS lien. If the IRS is being notified, they have 120 days. If they don't come in and satisfy the delinquent taxes in the 120 days, bye-bye. They're non-existent. I don't care how many IRS agents they're hiring out there. I want you to think about this for a minute. Okay, these people owe the IRS money. And the IRS is going to pay their taxes for them because they haven't paid the other taxes. Now they get in the real estate business. Okay, I can't say it's never going to happen because I'm sure there's a case scenario out there that somebody's going to tell me about, but the likelihood are thin and none. So the one thing you want to be careful of with IRS liens is make sure the county is listing them as notified before the sale. I've seen counties that just go, we don't notify the IRS. And I'm like, well, why would you not? We just don't. Okay, knowing going in that I'm going to have to notify the IRS and give them that 120 days. Now I've got to kind of go, okay, is this worth the risk involved, right? Okay, if they do come back, do I have enough room in that? And I've got other videos on that. Listen, there is so much involved, as you can tell, and that's why I've got some brand new free training. This is going to walk you step by step through everything you need to do to be successful with tax lien certificates. And those of you who get registered, I've got a free book that I just put out, America's Best Kept Secret on Investing in the United States Today. I'll get that out to you, and we'll have fun with that. God bless and good luck.